music has a huge power, and it can bring us together in such a special way. I write love songs, and I feel like it's what I always choose to do, even with covers. Songs that aren't mine, I will choose love songs because I feel like the animals get it. I feel like they are very intuitive and they can feel the intent. Parrots was special because he started dancing along to music,
Oh,
moving its
wow.
head. Yeah, that was fun.
Hello and welcome to this new episode of Sawaal That Matters. Today, I have a very special guest with me. The one who sings to the nature, the one who sings to the animals. So, I'm delighted to be joined by an artist, a French artist to be very precise, Plumes. He is the one who sings to wild animals as well as animals from different species. So I'm delighted to be joined by him and join me in welcoming Plumes to Saval That Matters. Hi and welcome to Saval That Matters.
Hello, thank you for having me.
So Plumes, first of all, before we dive deep into the subject, you tell me what kinked into you that you started singing to animals and especially wild animals.
Yes, so it didn't start with wild animals actually. It started with farm animals. At the time, I was a bit lost in my artist life. I remember I was playing in the subway for people that were just passing by and not really paying attention to me. And so I felt like I was missing a connection with people.
Okay.
And I went to see my grandma in the countryside. I needed a little holiday.
Okay.
And when I was there, I read that cows like music and that music is soothing for them. So I was like, wow, it's the perfect opportunity because at my grandma's, there's basically nothing but cows. There's more cows than people where she lives.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I went to sing for cows and I like their reaction completely blew my mind because they were super receptive and like attentive and listening to the music. And I felt like I got that connection that I was missing with humans back with those cows. And so I completely fell in love, and that's how this whole thing started.
So, can you just also tell my viewers where exactly are you based out of? I know that you're in France, you're a French artist, but where exactly in France?
I'm in the suburbs of Paris. I'm
Oh,
near
okay.
Paris.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if we talk about your artist life, apart from singing for animals or with animals, what else do you do?
So I'm a French singer. So I do pop, folk, French music.
Okay.
And yeah, I used to sing mostly for human beings before, but now I feel like I've done so many shoots in the past months that it's been maybe 90% animals and maybe 10% human beings. But you know, I love it. I feel like seeing animals and meeting them, it feels very good. It's very peaceful. It's kind of like my own therapy in a way. So yeah, I've been loving it at the minute.
So it's comfortable to say that you are liking animals as your audience more than humans.
You know, it's not a competition. I think I love everybody, but I think there's something about the innocence and pureness of animals that I find very enjoyable. Like it's really, yeah, it feels good to be around them. Yeah, definitely.
So apart from cows, because cows are very gentle animals, apart from them, which wild animal was the first one you sang for?
The first one, I think it was lemurs,
Okay.
if you can call them wild. They don't seem very wild because they're very gentle, but I guess they are wild. And so yeah, lemurs were very cute. They were listening to my music as well. They seem to be very receptive. Then I did an okapi, which is a very wild and rare animal, unfortunately endangered now.
Oh.
So that was very special as well because I was told you can sing for him, but basically he's not going to come close because they're very wild.
Hmm.
And I started singing and he came right against me to listen to music. So that was very special. And yeah, since then I've done so many different species.
And I think, as much as I've read and I've understood that even animals love music and they calm down when they listen to something soothing. They also calm down, and it's good for their bonding with the humans. Do you agree to it?
Yeah, definitely. I think music has a really a huge power, and it can bring us together in such a special way. I think it's kind of like human beings, even there are species that like music, but within those species, there's individuals, and some will enjoy music, some won't. And I think it's also the beauty of it to witness, if it works or not, and it makes it even more magical when it does work.
And if I'm not wrong, somebody had asked you that ever do you get scared when the animals come close to you, and your reply was horse because you're not very comfortable with horse. So is that true?
I am now. Now I'm very comfortable with horses. The thing is, I used to be scared because I think there were some accidents when I was a kid, or when I was a kid, sorry, things like this. And so there was this TV show that really wanted to do a sequence with horses and I, and so I said yes. And yeah, same kind of thing that with the cows, I completely fell in love because they were very sweet, and now that fear is completely gone.
So I also watched a video of yours when you were singing to tigers. Can you share that experience with us? Because tigers is something which everyone is scared of. So can you just tell us more about them?
Yeah, I sang for two girls, their sisters, for the first time, two white tigers. So the being white is it's not a disease, but it's an anomaly. I guess you would call it that.
Okay.
So it's very rare in this world. I think there's like only 300 white tigers in the wild.
Hmm.
So that was very special as well. And yeah, they were super sweet. They were vocalizing alongside me and yearning to the music. And I wasn't expecting that because they practically fell asleep right in front of me. So yeah, that was beautiful.
So, how do you approach these animals? I mean, in India, we have designated forests and designated places, but is it the same in France as well? Like, how do you select places and then you go there?
So basically, any place that will want me there, I'm down. I do mostly sanctuaries, but I also do zoos.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, it can be any place that I've been traveling mostly in France now, but
Okay.
I'm starting to do other countries. I've
Okay.
just done Belgium. I'm gonna do England, South Africa soon.
Any
So
plans
yeah,
to come to India?
I would love to. I would love to. Yeah, even as a tourist, I know my girlfriend and I would love to visit. I don't know if there's some animal places that wanted to invite me. I don't think so, but I'll look for some.
So, are you also involved in some kind of charity for these animals?
Not directly, but I redirect people towards organizations that do a lot of work, like conservation work, and so yeah, I'm not working with them, I guess, but I'm trying to bring some exposure and raise awareness. So yeah, if you go under my videos, you will see some links that you can go to that will redirect you towards those things.
And when you compose your music, do you keep something in your mind that will help animals calm down? Is that there is something that you think of that this particular tune or this particular music will help calm down the animal? So, is there something that you think of before creating a music or something for them?
No, I just write I don't write specifically for animals. I write love songs, and I feel like it's what I always choose to do, even with covers, songs that aren't mine. I will choose love songs because I feel like the animals get it. I feel like they are very intuitive and they can feel the intent. So I found that it works better if I choose love songs in general. Yeah.
So, can you share any of your incredible experiences? I'm choosing the word incredible because you're so close to nature. So, can you share any of your experience, the most incredible ones with our viewers?
It's hard to choose because it's always incredible to spend some time with all those lovely beings. But I guess the first time with parrots was special because it started dancing along to music,
Oh,
moving its
wow.
head. Yeah, that was fun. And the first time with rhinos as well was pretty special because same kind of thing. I was told he's not gonna come, don't worry, and he managed to like come almost right against me. I was on top of a rock, but
Okay.
he still could touch like me with the horn,
Okay.
and so that was very intense. And recently, I sang for elephants, but within the enclosure. And
Okay.
so that was very magical because they had two babies there, and they came with the babies, and they were all listening to what I was doing. So that was special.
So, since you have spent so much time with them, I think close to 2 years now that you have been singing to them. So,
3 years.
3 years, because 2022 was the time when you went to when you visited your grandma and then you sang for the cows. So, yeah, 3 years. So, in those 3 years, have you observed something very peculiar or particular about animal behavior, be it any species?
Something, but I guess it's unexpected because but now I'm not that surprised anymore. But I guess every time I could like see a wild animal being super calm and being super, like, you can tell when a lion, for example, is aggressive and when
Okay.
he's not, because sometimes they will jump at the gate and you can tell they want to hurt you. And the fact that I could hold eye contact with some lions, be right in front of them, and they wouldn't try to jump or anything, that was very surprising. Now I'm used to it because I've sang for so many big cats like lions, tigers, and they are always. It's kind of like the species that works the best, really, which was surprising. Yeah.
So, can you also tell us your future plans? Like, apart from traveling out of France, is there any plan which you have in mind? A mega concert for animals, something like that?
Well, I've been so happy and satisfied with what I do now that I kind of don't want to change anything. So hopefully, can the same thing. Maybe invite some artists that I love that are also invested in the animal like rights. Maybe to sing with me and animals. That would be great. And yeah, I'm gonna keep recording my French songs. I have one coming in a month or two, maybe more because it always takes more time than we think. But yeah,
So, you sing mostly in French and in English. Do you plan to learn some other language as well?
yeah. But I'm so bad at accents. So I try. My girlfriend is Lebanese, so I've been learning a tiny bit of Arabic.
Okay.
But I don't know if it's good enough to sing.
But have you ever seen any of Bollywood songs?
I have, yeah. It's super fun. I love it, but I don't think I'm good enough to sing like this.
But we would love to host you in India. So if you plan to sing something in Hindi, we would definitely love, and I'm sure the Indian animals would understand something in Hindi better than any other language. So do you think it would be a good idea to do so?
Yeah, I would love to visit, and if I'm not mistaken, I think you guys have a special respect for cows, especially,
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I think that's inspiring, and yeah, I would love to maybe visit someday and sing for some of the animals.
So, before we proceed towards the end, can you also share something about your childhood? So, can you share something about your childhood, that how did you get so close to the nature apart from your grandma's visit, the one which you did in 2022? Apart from that, what kicked in you and what happened? How did you go back to the nature?
Well, I feel like I always loved animals, and always wanted pets, and my parents always said no, unfortunately. So yeah, I guess maybe I'm playing catch up. I never had any pets growing up, so I want to see all the animals I can now. Maybe that's what's happening. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, I think every time I was seeing an animal in the wild, or when we're like in nature, I was always in awe of them. I was always amazed. And anytime I would see an injured, like, we actually saw an injured mouse yesterday, and we tried
Oh,
to save it. And yeah, it's like I always wanted to help in any way I can, and I feel like I found a good platform now to hopefully like do a difference. So
that's amazing. Thank you so much, Plumes. If I'm not wrong with the pronunciation, please pardon me for that. Thank you so much for sparing your valuable time and joining us for this very cute and special episode on my podcast.
of course, thanks again. It was fun.